Am I losing my mind? Is the anti-work sub actually pro-capitalism? I see some wild comments. I want to thank everyone for all the responses. I think I have a better understanding of the mix of opinions now. Many people seem to know what alternative to capitalism I was talking about without having said it, and were upset about scary words like socialism or communism. If you want a vision into how a better world could be possible and why I think capitalism makes work suck, I would recommend Democracy at Work on YouTube. Richard Wolff gives an excellent and nuanced critique of capitalism and discusses alternatives. Unfortunately, with such a big base, you'll get people who don't think about challenging the system and others who are just here to troll, subvert the narrative. I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it's less pro-capitalism and more pro-getting through life in a capitalist hellscape. Yeah, I'd love to tear down the system in one fell swoop, but that's not happening, and dwelling on it only leads to frustration and doomerism. So I'll do smaller things in my day-to-day life, in the hopes that it slowly snowballs into something greater, all the while still paying for groceries. A lot of people don't even realize there is an alternative view. Help them out. My boss likes to comment here, lol. Joke aside, the amount of people believing that capitalism is working is very, very concerning. Capitalism is literally destroying the planet. There's enough food for all, and yet so many starving. There's enough resources for all, and yet all the money goes into funding the military complex. Capitalism is not working. 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 Repeat after me. Capitalism is not working. It's not good. It's a bad system. Capitalism is killing people. Capitalism is making you pay for existing. Capitalism is not working. Discussing how to best navigate a capitalist society is not pro-capitalism. It is pro-reality. Society needs work to be performed to function no matter the underlying system. One can be anti-work and still acknowledge these facts. I see the sub as pro-survival, and since a capitalist society is what we, in the current US, live in, it's kinda necessary right now. While I'd personally love to have UBI and universal healthcare and not have to work, I know that in our current economic climate the fat cats in the 1% would never let it happen. So our choice is work with what we've got, or die. It's also our choice to let these huge core keep taking more and more for less and less, or do something that benefits us while making a buck. Experience has taught me that if you even suggest any idea as an alternative to capitalism, the propaganda and conditioning kicks in real hard. That brainwashing most of us have had all of our lives is super powerful. The online discussions I've had usually go the same way. I propose a socialist idea. They respond with anger how stupid Marx is. I ask which specific writing they disagree with. It goes quiet. They haven't read the alternative ideas. They are closed to ideas. Even in face-to-face discussions, if you mention the word philosophy, you can actually see their consciousness shutting down. Try it. You will be amazed. Workers of the world unite. I've seen some wild comments too. From trolls. People who are just completely disconnected from what anti-work means. And moderates. I think there needs to be more of an effort made to make this sub-overtly anti-capitalist and anarchist-like. Share more anti-work memes or art and share any literature and videos on why being against work is a thing. Would love to see posts about actual post-work theory and topics rising to the top more often in this sub. And the dreck that does makes me worried that people aren't interested in that. Yes, and it pisses me off to no end. I'm pro-free market. That is to say, the free exchange of goods and services between individuals. No doubt in my mind that the greatest threat to the free market today is capitalism. That is to say, the formation of monopolies and trusts by the capital-owning class in an effort to crush competition. Worse yet is they have infiltrated every major institution of public life to enforce their monopoly. The amount of people saying call the police on this sub is too high. Along with the fear, hatred of the unhoused population. Maybe not a pro-capitalist take, but definitely not a great idea towards mutual aid and community building. This sub was overrun by liberals long ago. There are and have always been two camps here. 1. The radicals who want to abolish all capitalism. 2. The reformists who want to make it fair and livable and stop the abuse. Neither is better than the other. Don't gatekeep. Both sides actually help the other. Radicals keep the ideology going without compromise. Reformists make changes that are actually possible. We need both camps in this sub. Anti-work is not pro-communist. Anti-work is not anti-work either. Anti-work is against exploitation. Anti-work is against abuse and low pay. Anti-work is for respect and being paid what you are worth. This group is very diverse. It's a mix between lazy do-nothing losers, people that have experienced mistreatment from employers, communists, and people that want a better return on their labor. For instance, a communist is not anti-work. They simply want everyone to be offered protected government jobs. People who want a better return on their labor are not anti-work. They simply don't agree with being underpaid while companies swim in profits. People who have experienced workplace mistreatment are not truly anti-work. They simply want to be treated with respect and dignity. The only ones who are truly anti-work are the do-nothing losers. Oh man, this world is so pro-capitalism. The consumers drive the market and never question why. They blame the corporations for their lack of self-awareness and discipline. Imagine not having a fully stocked grocery store. These people would have a meltdown. Knowing full well the dumpsters are better fed than they are, they still don't question it. I'm here because I strive for a peaceful, sustainable and work-free utopia. But, as I realize that this is not achievable in a single lifetime. Meanwhile, I see that the vast majority of people have far more power towards their employers and governments than is exercised. I also am disgusted by the fact that the system allows the rich to become richer over the backs of the non-rich, not just sustaining but strengthening their positions generation after generation. Edit. Whoa, thanks for the gold. And this sub's problem with capitalism isn't a problem unique to capitalism. It's a problem unique to the consolidation of power and wealth. Rich people love to exploit and dehumanize everyone else to increase the wealth they will never spend and acquire power they aren't fit to wield. The Roman Empire, medieval Europe just before the plague, the 30 Years' War, World War I and World War II, and now all have something in common: extreme inequality and the accumulation of wealth in fewer and fewer hands. Eventually the system hits a breaking point, either through disease or war. Read the book The Great Leveler, which is a history of extreme inequality and the lone 4 ways it ever gets reversed. Rome had plantations. Medieval Europe had serfs. Renaissance and Reformation Europe has peasants and serfs, depending on your region. The past 100-ish years has the working class. All different economic systems, same phenomena. While I'm not saying that in defense of capitalism, in the aggregate in the past century it, with globalization, has lifted a few billion people out of abject poverty, which is a better track record of helping the human condition than any religion can lay claim to. It's also resulted in companies that exploit their workers like de facto slaves, buy political outcomes, and destroy the planet and our general future with relative impunity. So there's that too. Yes, not only do they love capitalism, these clowns are anti-homeless people as well. This is the absolute epitome of brainworms.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.